Hello and thank you for joining me for today's episode. Today I'm going to be talking about sustainable fashion, and in particular I'm going to be touching on how it can be affordable and denim in particular. So without further ado, let's get straight down to it, shall we? Now, me, like every other girl and person, man or woman, loves a pair of jeans. I probably wear them 80% of the week. I have 6 pairs. Yeah, 6 pairs, I had to count in my head then, sorry for the delay, in my wardrobe that I like to rotate. They've got different styles, different colours on them, and I have some fancier ones, some like ones I wear every day. So denim is the backbone of a wardrobe really, in Western culture at least anyway, and obviously as fashion becomes more liquid and fluid even, it is such a backbone of everyone's wardrobe. So this is why I really wanted to touch on how we can add more sustainable versions of denim to our wardrobe, as even though we all love a pair of jeans and even a denim jacket, you know, denim shirts, they have so much denim in our wardrobes. It is the worst polluter for our beautiful, beautiful planet. So I'm going to give you a fun, informed way on how you can get some affordable, sustainable denim into your wardrobes. So I've made a few notes because I wanted to give you some good facts, and I have a crap memory and I just run off on a tangent, don't I? So I've been very vintage here, made notes using a pen and paper. This is how vintage I am, people. So just to give you a bit of an idea, to create 1 kilogram of cotton, which is what is taken to make just one pair of those beautiful jeans that we all have in our wardrobe, it takes between 10,000 to 20,000 litres of water. Isn't that astounding? Like, it's just awful how much water 1 pair of jeans can take to make. Cotton is also the largest contributing factor towards water wastage and water pollution in the world. Overproduction of cotton damages fertile grounds, and that damage is done by organic cotton. So all these things, this is organic cotton, which is obviously promoted as being a better choice, and it is to a certain degree, but we still need to understand actually, even though it is organic, it is still very highly polluting and damaging to the planet. So non-organic cotton, now this is where it can get really, really worrying. So we'll just brush over this slightly, but I'm going to give you a bit of information. So organic cotton exposes the land, cotton, and of course the workers that have to tend to the crops to a terrifying amount of dangerous chemicals. And all these little facts here are just even before we start to think about like the dyes of the cotton, because obviously cotton isn't blue, it isn't indigo, it isn't acid wash. All these things that we kind of have come accustomed to thinking of what denim and cotton should be coloured as is all dyed, and there's a process behind that involves chemicals usually, especially if it's not an organic cotton denim that you're buying. And then obviously all the little fastenings as well, the zips, the buttons, all this stuff that we all sort of take for granted because it's there, isn't it? And we just go down the high street and just buy ourselves that lovely new pair of jeans. So, and then once we have bought a pair of jeans, there's like different ways that we can look after it to make it better. So we could wash it on cold. If you wash your denim inside out, that also makes it last longer. The colour will stay better, like more bright or deep or dark, you know what I mean. And also you should never tumble dry a pair of jeans anyway, because they will 100% shrink. So always dry them. I know this is a pain if you live in the UK like I do in the winter, because they do take ages to dry, but it's totally worth the extra effort, because not only will they last you longer and they look prettier for longer, it's also kinder as well. So all these little things, as well as giving you like a little bit of a talk now, because we all know I love to talk, don't we? I'm also going to show you a few different, the denim silhouettes and styles that you should be having for this year in your wardrobe, what are key, and I'll also be showing you some denim outfits, so like how you to wear these different styles of jeans. So we've got 3 different styles of jeans to show you, so I'll get down to that in a second. Obviously, if you do want to become more sustainable, now this is a thing that I have been thinking about for a while, but when I went into Birmingham on Saturday, we've just had a huge new Primark, the biggest one in the world actually, open up. You may have heard about it in the news. Unfortunately I have, and I'm not a Primark fan. And I was actually shocked to see how many Primark bags they were walking around town, because I thought, like, that who wants to go into a shop that big, especially when it's Primark? Ugh. Can you imagine? To me, it's like my idea of hell, going out and shopping in Primark. Now, I'm not just saying Primark are the worst, they're awful. There's a lot of other high street fashion brands out there that are just as bad as them, but obviously Primark do get a lot of flack for it. But I was just shocked to see how many Primark bags there are, and how, like, my friends from, like, Nottingham had actually made a trip just to go to the Primark. Have I taught you nothing, friends? But if you, obviously, I'm going to give you some sustainable brand you can buy into that are sustainably driven in their processing and, like, their thinking behind their brand. But obviously they can be quite expensive, so I'm also going to give you some affordable tips too, because like me, and maybe like me even, I'm a girl on a budget. So I'm going to give you 3 of my favourite sustainable brands. So Boyish is an American brand, so if you do buy anything from them, you will have to pay import taxes on your purchases. So I'm not sure what that is, but I would definitely check it out, because I think it's quite a lot, and you always have to pay like a Royal Mail fee, which is annoying. But now thankfully they do take card, because mine I have to pay in cash. Who has cash? They actually use 1/3 of the amount of water that normal pairs of jeans use, and they are also trying to be like zero waste in their production process. So any offcuts they like separate out into indigo and natural cotton, and then recycle them to make new pieces of fabric which they can reuse again. So they are aiming for a zero waste production process, which is great, I think. They have great designs in all the classic silhouettes and also trend-led pieces as well. So if you are looking out for a new pair of jeans that you want to go and buy and add to your wardrobe for a few years to come, I would recommend going to check them out. They have some really, really great designs on. Just to give you a bit of an idea, they cost about £127 per pair, but obviously add in your taxes. So Google that first, but they'll probably show you on the website anyway. Now, if you want to stick to some UK-based designers, Salt Spin, first of all, love the name because I'm totally addicted to salt. They are London based. They use natural, I love this, natural indigo dyes. Now I think this is great. It's amazing what you can find out if you are into natural dyes. I've really got into this recently because I subscribe to Country Living magazine. I know, but like my mum does, and then she gives it to me and I give it to my friends. So we're reusing this, so that is sustainable in its own sense. And there was an article in there about like natural dyes, and I think it's amazing. Like, we forget obviously all these things were naturally done, weren't they, in years gone by. So really into natural dyes at the moment. I'd love to know that there is a brand out there that is also introducing this into their production process. They also have just introduced a new laser washing technique which reduces the water usage by 60%. How amazing is that? And they use 60% fewer chemicals and less energy. Oh sorry, 60% fewer chemicals and less energy in zero water actually. So forget what I said about 60% less water, they use zero water. Even better, hey? And they are £95 a pair. So I think that's actually not that bad really, because Levi's are around the same sort of price, so you could buy something. Okay, you're not getting the Levi brand, which obviously we all associate with denim. They are the godfather of denim in terms of that sense, but I think that is a good choice, this brand, for an accessible, I'm not going to say they're affordable because £95 is still a lot of money, but if you are wanting to add more sustainable fashion to your wardrobe, which I assume that you are if you're watching this video, thank you, then you could consider this as a new option. Next we're going to move on to another London based brand called ELV Denim. This is designed by a London based stylist, Anna Foster, established only a few seasons ago, and they are already a fashion editor's fave pair of jeans to wear, and they're stocked in Net-a-Porter, just to give you a little bit of an idea there how fancy they actually are. What I like about this brand is that actually they could do something completely different. They've gone down like the whole reuse sort of method, so many of their pairs, not all of them, are actually 2 pairs of vintage jeans. I don't know why I'm like painting my pen, which have been combined together. Now I love that. Isn't that such a great idea? Not only are you completely reducing the waste there because you're reusing 2 pairs of jeans, you are also going to get a completely unique piece, like product. I think it's a great idea. They do also offer a made to measure, which I've never seen done before in jeans, which I do think is a great idea, because we all know how hard it is to find a pair of jeans that fit you. I know how hard it is being 6'1", so totally feel the pain for everyone out there who struggles with jeans not fitting correctly. So I think that's really interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on this brand myself. Probably not going to be buying a pair anytime soon, as they do cost around £295. So that is definitely a luxury item in my case, in my life and my budget. But if that is in your budget, I would definitely go and check them out. They have some great designs, and it's a real unique spin on it, I think. So I really like that. And then obviously the cult brand Mia, M-I-H, I probably say that wrong. My sister always picks me for saying things wrong. Has introduced a sustainable label called, sustainable capsule collection called Paradise last year, and I think this is actually really good, because they are like the godmother of fashion, aren't they? Everyone is always talking about MIH jeans, MIH jeans this. So I think it's interesting that these big brands are taking note of our concerns. Prices start from £245, so again, nice to go and look at, but they're not going to be in my wardrobe anytime soon. I also think it's interesting that they are also considering, not just for denim but for clothing in general, a traffic light system that we like across the board. So it's going to be like a law, so to be like what you get on food, for clothing, to know if you're making a good decision or not. So you can make a more informed decision from this labelling. I think that is actually good, because I don't think people realise how damaging the fashion industry is in regards of the planet and our ecosystems, because we are actually the second most polluting industry in the world, and that is only a second to like oil. So that's a bit scary, isn't it? But my personal favourite, and especially if you are on a budget like I am, is to either go for vintage. I have a great pair of high-waisted mum jeans here. These are vintage dead stock jeans because they still got the label on. So we all know how key a pair of mum jeans are. Sorry, my battery died on my camera. So as I was saying, obviously mum jeans are a must. So these are perfect because even in their design, they're meant to look vintage. So like if you can get a pair of vintage mum jeans, you're totally winning. So these are key, and also they have a great wash to them. Next, another pair of must-have jeans in your wardrobe would be another high-waisted. It's all about high-waisted. If you have not ever tried a pair of high-waisted jeans even in your life, you need to get on this bandwagon, girls, because I am telling you now, you will not regret it. Not only are they way more comfortable to wear, they just look better, and you can bend down and not have to worry about, you know, exposing anything. So much better. Totally need them in your life. Next, we have these high-waisted, light denim wash jeans. These are slightly cropped on me, which is still a key trend actually, because we love to get the ankles out all year round. If it's in winter, wear them with a pair of boots, just show a little bit of skin. If it's in summer, obviously sandals, trainers, you know. Frayed edges is also cool as well. Next, we have another pair of high-waisted jeans here. These are all in my personal wardrobe myself. And black jeans. I love a pair of black jeans because they're very forgiving, and they look great. You can actually dress these up or dress these down really easy, even though they are very casual in their styling. So these are a completely wide leg cropped pair of jeans here, again with the raw edge to them. So these are my 3 favourite pair of jeans at the moment. I am currently wearing a pair of high-waisted skinny jeans that I have had in my wardrobe. Ooh. Anthony bought me them for my birthday a few years ago. So probably about 3 years I've had these pair of jeans now. So that's what sustainable fashion is to me. Like not everybody can afford to spend £250 on a pair of jeans. But I think if you buy your clothing as sustainably as you can, so I bought this shirt which I wear a lot, pink cord, must, from a charity shop. It would have cost me a few pounds, but the fact that I've reused a piece of clothing makes it sustainable. This white t-shirt here, my sister gave to me, so again it's sustainable because I'm reusing something that she wouldn't have thrown it away, she would have given it a charity shop, but you know, she gave it to me instead. So if you look after your clothes, consider how you wash them. Always wash them on cold if you can. You don't need to boil your clothes, really, you don't. Not only will your clothes be thankful and the planet, you also save yourself a bit of money, because that's what costs all the money when you boil your clothes stuff. And look after your pieces, they'll last for longer, and then in that sense you will be more sustainable. I was talking to a girl on one of my vintage tours recently, and she was 17. Yes, 17, and we were chatting about fashion and stuff. Obviously she loved vintage, she was on my vintage tour in Birmingham, and we got on the subject of sustainable fashion because I wanted to get her opinion on it from a different generation standpoint. I'm 32, so I like to see if it is such a big deal for a younger generation as it is for like my generation, if they think about it as much. And I was surprised to find out that actually her and her friends were really concerned about it, and her biggest bugbear was the fact that it was not affordable. And that is true. Sustainable fashion brands are more expensive because their technologies are new, they are still coming to the forefront. And just like with organic food, when it first came out, it was so expensive, but the more people buy into something, the more affordable it does become, because there is the demand there. So then technology improves the processes and it reduces the price like that. So we are at the beginning of the sustainable, and I can say it, drive in fashion, I believe. I believe there is so much more to come, and with the crazy developments in technology these days, I think that we've got a lot to look forward to in terms of being able to still look super cool, of course, and dress in a sustainable manner even. My favourite though, top affordable sustainable fashion tip is to buy vintage, because not only are you buying a little slice of history, you're buying yourself something that nobody else has, is beautiful, the fabrics are probably nicer, better quality than a current counterpart from a high street shop or even a brand. They still use a lot of man-made fabrics, you're just buying paying for the label. So I love vintage, obviously, I have my own vintage shop. I'm not just saying it for that, I wear vintage every day and I just love it. The whole process of it, I love it. Going to find it, wearing it, knowing that nobody else can go out and buy it and copy me. I love all of it, and it gives me that little bit of, it's vintage. And if you wore vintage, you know how it feels to say that. So thank you for listening to me rattle on. I'm now going to show you 3 looks for these jeans, so you know how to style all the seasons must-have jeans.
Who we are. Catching moments on our phones, taking pictures, call it home. Picking words out of our favorite songs, We can stay up all night, yeah, we'll show them we were right.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You guys are the best. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and maybe comment below on what you found most useful. If you picked up any tips, I'd love to know. You can also follow me on Instagram at adasaticvintage, and on Twitter, tweet me there if you like, as I love to chat, as you probably have maybe guessed by now. I do have lots to say, so I would love to talk to you guys all on there as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do give it a quick subscribe below, as well, as I post a new video every Thursday, which incorporates lots of different things, from like haul videos in a sustainable manner, of course, and like vintage tips and everything else. Lots of fun, or I like to think anyway. And then on Sunday I do a week in the life of a vintage dealer, as I do currently have and always will do. I do talk in a weird way. That is, I hope, part of my charm, but I don't know, and I probably can't change it. I'm too far gone now. So a week in the life of a vintage dealer. So it's like how I run my shop myself from home, and everything that involves that, really. So that gets posted every Sunday, so it's a little bit of like a mini documentary series kind of thing. Anyway, enough of me talking. I've taken enough of your time today already. Really do appreciate your eyes and watching. My name is Rachael XOX, and this has been a video for Ada's Attic Vintage. I'll see you on Sunday, I hope. Bye.